you gonna try to kill me? Good luck with that.
He was like, ooh, nope. Almost.
Yeah, he What's good, YouTube? It's your boy T.
I'm M.
And this is Regret Nothing. And today we're doing a review of the MCU series Loki on Disney Plus.
The complete season 1. We would have did an episodic review going 1 to 6, but we missed the ball on getting things started, so we're just gonna do a complete review since all the episodes have been released.
So Loki takes place after events of Avengers Endgame. After Loki in 2012 picks up the Tesseract that landed in front of him. After Hulk knocked the shit out of Iron Man, and the Tesseract just so happily fell into 2012 Loki's lap before he was supposed to go back to Asgard, I believe.
Yeah, and do all of his Thor the Dark World shit.
Yeah, this police force of sorts pops up called the TVA. And they take him away and they reset the timelines to create balance and order in the universe.
Yeah.
Loki pretty much exists to hold our hand as far as the multiverse is concerned. So people aren't confused about the multiverse and, you know, the route that they're going in as far as Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and how all that's going to play out.
Loki, like you just said, is a vehicle to get the audience prepared for the multiverse. Do you feel as though it accomplished that objective?
I'd probably say yes and no. Because I feel like it I guess laid the breadcrumbs for the multiverse, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions in my opinion, and some stuff still don't make sense. And maybe we'll get more clarification, I assume,
but
in
like
Doctor Strange.
That's kind of the whole point, though. It's like the introduction. You know, here's the sample survey. It's like if you look at how the MCU started with Iron Man and how his movie was just the intro movie. It didn't expand and elaborate everything, but it introduced the possibility, especially with that little bit at the end with Nick Fury in the first post-credit scene. So in this same kind of capacity, Loki's like, all right, here's this idea being the multiverse theory. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how they branch all of that.
I still like to say that I'm tired of Loki. I really am.
What's got you tired? Because he keep dying and coming back alive?
I don't give a shit about the character. I know people love Loki and he's a fan favorite, but I'm over Loki. Well, I don't care.
It was like Robert Downey Jr. and then it was like Tom Hiddleston right under him.
Yeah, and Tom Hiddleston, he does great as a character. He does a good job. I just tired of the character. Like, I was perfectly fine and actually stood up and applauded when he got his neck snapped in Infinity War. I know in comic books that characters die and come back all the time, so I mean that ain't nothing new for the superhero genre. But yeah, I don't like that it pretty much the events of Infinity War Endgame pretty much really don't really mean shit.
I mean, not in this perspective. No, they were basically just things that happened to those very specific Avengers. Because now with this overarching infinite timeline thing, there's infinite Avengers. And that's the kind of thing that got me interested. It's like, okay, so now you can basically create any version of the characters that we already know because it's essentially an endless timeline of possibilities. There's a Captain America that's also a Tony Stark, maybe. Who knows? I mean, clearly it won't be Robert Downey Jr., but, you know, and Tony Stark could look like Tom Cruise now.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was originally, I guess, in line to play Tony Stark before Robert Downey Jr. took over the role.
Isn't that something? You could have had that. That could be you right now, Tom. sprinting in every scene. Probably wouldn't have been as good. I don't think Tom Cruise got the wit that made Tony really Tony. And he would have wanted to do more physical hand-to-hand combat, which just really isn't Tony's best thing. I mean, Tony will throw hands with anybody, but he's not a fighter.
No.
He's really the brain dude. The characters of Loki, what did you think about them?
I thought Sylvie, Lady Loki. Thought she was interesting. She had an interesting backstory, and once we got to know her character, she became intriguing. Still a little weird that her and the Loki that we know, Tom Hiddleston's Loki, are basically got some type of romantic relationship. So he's pretty much, he was like busting slob, but with his female version of himself. It's still a little weird, but.
You know, they say if you had sex with yourself, it's just masturbation.
Sure, right. You had the Gugu Mbaku Raw, her character, which I don't remember what they call her. It was hand something.
Hand slinger, stand
Yeah,
slinger,
something.
ring slinger.
She was like basically the ringleader or the head bitch in charge of the TVA, basically.
She was the OG.
And then you had Owen Wilson's character, which was good to see Owen Wilson in something again, because I don't remember the last time I saw him in anything. And he played Mobius, which kind of threw me off at first. I'm like, what's his name? Because I was like, sounds like
Morpheus.
Well, I was thinking Morbius, like the vampire.
Oh, the vampire. Yeah, all those names do kind of have the same ring to them if you don't pay attention to what they say.
But his character, Owen Wilson, got a comedic background, so he brought a little humor to the role in the show.
He definitely had heart for that character.
Tom Hiddleston, doing Tom Hiddleston, what he's been doing since 2011 playing Loki.
Yep, since the first Thor, that was 2011. So 10 years.
Had a old girl from Lovecraft Country. She was in it. She was a TVA agent.
I think she had a number like 23 or something.
Yes, or 15, something. I don't know.
She had a number, not a name.
She had a fro.
Yeah,
she's rocking the fro.
All natural.
All natural.
Yeah, do that, sis. I do. That was pretty much most of the main characters for the most part, right?
Future Loki, which was like the older dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably one of the best characters. One of the best characters in the show. He was dope.
Yeah, that was older Loki, I guess.
Yeah, older Loki, but he was also the future Loki.
Yeah, I guess in a way. Yeah, they had all of them different Lokis. I was like, so Loki basically just will turn into anybody.
Right. One was an alligator, apparently.
One was an alligator. One was black. One was a child. One was a geriatric. There was like 2 Vikings and a president.
Right. And the child one, his nexus event was that he basically brutally murdered Thor.
Yeah. I was like, he murdered Thor. I'm interested in seeing how that works out. So the acting in the show was pretty solid. Like you said, the older Loki really stole the show in episode 5. He's a great example of how a small character but a good actor can really shine in any moment.
Yeah, wish we got to see more of him, but yeah, he was dope. He was kind of OP too.
Yeah,
he was OP.
Yeah, he was hella OP. They was like, yo, where he getting all this power from? She was like, man, we might just be better than we think we is, bro. he's tapped our full potential. We'll get there if we live.
Best acting in the show though, hands down for me. My nigga Jonathan Majors, he killed that shit. He did that shit.
Okay.
Best, he stole the show, the whole show for me.
So
he killed that shit.
So when he came on the screen, what were you thinking?
Well, I actually got spoiled beforehand.
He was like in the picture, but I didn't read the caption.
Yeah, I just saw the picture and I was like, oh, I guess he's in the show. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't surprised to see him because when they first introduced the idea of the time wizards, what were they called?
Timekeepers.
Timekeepers. I was like, okay, so Kang is probably one of the 3 timekeepers because I know.
I don't really know too much about Kang the Conqueror, so I don't really know anything.
Very little that I know is that he is a time traveler and a conqueror, and that's all that I know. And I think he's blue.
Yeah, all the pictures I've seen or the iterations of the character has been like he's been blue or whatever.
Yeah, I just know he's a time traveler and he, essentially conquers different realms of existence through some type of manipulation of time. I don't know if it's magic or tech, but it looks like they're going more of a tech-based kind of villain for this. So when I saw him, I was like, okay, he was chiller than I thought he would be. Because I thought he was going to be a bit more like serious and attentive. Yeah, because you got a bureaucracy that's organizing the multiverse to streamline one timeline. I would expect him to be a bit more of like a rigid and demanding authoritarian. But he was real like, yo, what's cracking with y'all? What's popping though, gang. He was real like chill and shit.
As some people have called it, that's the deity or a god complex where, he knew everything that was gonna happen, so he was just like, man, I already know what y'all gonna do, so fuck with me. I don't give a shit. Right. Oh, you gonna try to kill me? Good luck with that.
He was like, ooh, nope. Almost.
Yeah, he killed that shit. It looked like he had fun with the role, and he definitely made it his own and interpreted it well. And I love the choices he made as an actor. Hella choices.
Yeah, he was definitely having fun.
Well, it's always more fun playing the bad guy.
Yeah. So I'm interested in what they're gonna do with him in the future, though, cause it's like, okay, so this Kang dead. Next Kang, badass, more comedic, more of both. Maybe one of them's an authoritarian.
I know Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be in Ant-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if I would have to guess, I would say he'd be more like the stern, like more serious type villain when he pops up in Ant-Man 3.
I think he gonna be in Ant-Man 3. I think he gonna be in Doctor Strange 2. And I think he's gonna be in Loki too. I think we're gonna see multiple Kangs that are different personalities that each have to be defeated in a different way by a different set of heroes. So that's gonna be something interesting because you've never really seen a character get played differently as there being a different version of the same person before. So that could be different.
It's like the Jet Li 1 effect. We had different versions.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. He was like, I am the one.
I am you lot. I'm nobody's bitch. You are mine.
I'm nobody, bitch. You are mine.
I was like, damn, so he basically was the one that remains is essentially if Jet Li finally killed that last variant of himself.
Basically, I don't think that was that much of a shocking reveal. I definitely wasn't shocked when they revealed.
I thought they were going to kill off Tom Hiddleston and replace him with Sylvie.
If they had, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, the future of the MCU definitely seems to be leaning towards the future of female, as far as because a lot of the characters are getting replaced with female versions of the characters, like because you're getting basically getting the female Hawkeye with Kate Bishop, potentially Shuri as Black Panther, potentially.
Possibly.
You got
Lady Thor.
Yeah, Lady Thor. Ironheart. I guess they're doing that.
That's another one. We got 3 Captain Marvels, with all of them women. Well, there's Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. And there's also She-Hulk and...
Yeah, forgot about She-Hulk.
there's fuck is her name? I can't even think of it right now off the top of my head. Hold on. Oh shit. Oh yeah, the Black Widow got a replacement.
Oh yeah. Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
I don't know what the character. I ain't seen the movie. So.
Yeah. So everybody's got a replacement. Everybody's getting replaced. And most of them do have at least a female doppelganger replacement kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is the thing now. War Machine's still gonna be around.
Good
He
old
ain't
War
going
Machine.
no way. He was replaced a long time ago. You know, I saw a meme that had Terrence Howard as Kang in it. He's like, I'm the one that remains, man. and I was like, you know, they could do a Terrence Howard variant where he comes in as War Machine and finally let that man put that suit on.
Right. Give him his due.
Hey man, it's time, Tony, man. we gotta go be Avengers, man. Clink. I want that now. I just want to see Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard in suits. He's just like, all right, let's go. All right, man. Clink. Oh shit, that's what the people need, man. That's what the people need.
Hey, you can make it happen, Kevin.
Do it. I'm sure he's not mad anymore. It's been 10, 11 years.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
He might still maybe a little bitter.
He did not Power, Empire. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He'll be up. Sign him up. Call him. Talk to him. He'll be happy. Just throw a little money. He ain't doing nothing. He free. We know he free. What was your favorite episode, if you had one?
Probably between episode 5 and
Yeah, 5 was good. 5 had a big
I wanna say
escalation too.
3 maybe. When we, I guess, get the first reveal of Lady Loki, where they were like in the supermarket.
Okay, when she was like whooping his ass. That was like the last episode where she was ominous.
Yeah.
Her first 2 episode introductions, it was like, okay, she gonna be a problem. And then they introduced her in 4, it was just like, oh, okay, no, she just like him, just a goofball. She just trying to figure this shit out. She don't know what she's doing either.
What about you? What was your favorite?
Episode 5 was a good one. I also like 6 though, because of the ideas that it introduces for the greater MCU and multiverse concepts. But 5 was probably the strongest episode for the show itself. Like, if you were just focusing on the show independent of everything that it connects to, then 5 is probably the better one.
But yeah, I like 6 too though.
Yeah, I like the fact that with 6 they were so opposed in their idea of what they should do next, as they had basically the whole power of the multiverse laid at their fingertips. It's like, okay, we can go police this shit and be the HNICs, or we can kill them and just see what happens.
And that was pretty much Sylvie's sentiment. She's like, nah, I'm gonna kill him.
Right, and it's like those are their 2 separate branches, where her ideology is, I'm gonna murder this guy, and his is like, I want to control things, even though he was less focused on control and more focused on like, I don't want to fuck up the time world. I kind of like this current system we got going for us right now. Like, it could be worse. What if he is crazy? I mean, look at him. Look at him. Out of his fucking mind. Yeah, she murdered him with the smoothest. She's like, alright, you. And she just looking out the window like, huh. that looks bad.
He's like, I'm not fucked up.
Think it was something what he was talking about? He might not have been bullshit. I regret nothing. And I do it again. Ideas based off of where they're going with the MCU thus far with these shows.
I mean, pretty much all the shows are doing are just establishing little breadcrumbs for the future of the MCU, and then they're gonna branch off into future movies, basically, in the MCU. That's what all these shows are doing.
They're saying Tom gonna be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So we'll see how that goes.
And he's already been renewed for a second season. Loki got renewed for a season 2 before the first episode even dropped.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't hear about the renewal till the end of season 2. I mean, season 1's episode.
I heard that before that bitch even came out.
Okay. And that's the only show that's been renewed. All the other shows, it's just, they're basically just limited series.
Yeah.
Especially WandaVision. They're like, no, that's it. That's one. One. I mean, in Cap, we got a movie now.
Yeah, the Falcon and Winter Soldier pretty much just set up, was it, I guess, gonna be Captain America 4, or
Yeah.
they might call it something else, but
It'll probably be Captain America or something. What's
but
cool?
basically, introduce everybody to the idea of Sam taking up the mantle as Captain America. And that way, they don't have to, I guess, go through or explain the backstory, how he became Captain America and took up the shield in the movie. They could just, move forward. Because all that was taking place, taken care of in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they don't have to focus on him transitioning and becoming Cap. He is now Cap. We can focus on an actual problem.
Hope he gets a new suit though. I don't like the headpiece.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of accurate, but I don't know. The shit looks
It's a
well.
little clunky. I mean, if they do like all the other movies, they typically get a suit and then they use that suit and then they break it, and then by the end of that movie, they get a new one for their next adventure. So they might. I don't think he'll rock it for more than 2 or 3 movies, but we'll see. I'm interested. These shows are definitely like little slices of cake for the MCU. They're like, hey, here's a little something between movies, but they don't really show you much more than what you already know. They might have a character go from being fucking Maximoff to Scarlet Witch, or Falcon to Captain America, from regular Loki now to Lokis. So they'll transition a character, but nothing super changes. Like, you could basically not watch them and then kind of know where you are at the end. I mean, I guess Loki might be the only one that has larger ramifications or impact to the larger MCU, but for the most part, it's just like, we're just watching little stories from these characters.
Right. That was pretty much my sentiment of WandaVision. Skip.
Ha! I mean, WandaVision was alright. It did what it was supposed to do. It was interesting.
I don't give 2 fucks about Vision.
Vision cool.
Yeah.
He's been dogged. Whew, that boy
That
has
nigga
had
trash.
He has had a rough one. They was dragging him during Infinity War. He is the only person to die twice in the same movie, other than, I guess, technically Thanos, who got murked twice in the Endgame. But yeah, they did that boy Vision dirty, boy. Blew his ass up, brought him back, then crushed his goddamn skull.
Ass beat the whole movie Infinity War.
They were wiping the floor with him. Everybody made him look like a bitch. You know, Age of Ultron, he was OP as hell. They turned all that shit off.
Right.
I was like, hey, watch this.
Right.
He got shanked in the back. That boy was no more good. But I mean, they had to do that. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been believable, him getting them stones snatched out. You know, sometimes you gotta nerf a character. They do it to Superman all the time. He'd be a badass in the beginning of the movie, and then they introduce a villain, and he just get knocked around. So it happens. That's what they do to OP characters. That's why I like middle range characters. Well, you know, they got power, but not all the power. That way they ain't gotta nerf them. But so I guess we can both agree that the best MCU Disney Plus show thus far is Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, for sure, easy, hands down. Not
then Loki.
Yeah.
And then WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision is at the very bottom.
I mean, it's only 3, dog.
I meant to say at the very bottom.
He's like, you know, it's doo-doo.
Like Falcon Winter Soldier is here. WandaVision is here, nigga. At the bottom, nigga.
It's you know, it's the third one.
And it may go down to the very, very, very bottom as more of these Disney Plus shows come out. We shall see.
You think you're gonna put What If over it? Hilarious, bro. The hate is real. Alright, so in conclusion, the show Loki had its moments. Best episodes was 3, 5, and 6. It introduced Lady Loki. That's a good one. We had some good stuff to look forward to with Jonathan Majors. Interested in seeing what he brings to it. And it's definitely going to expand the multiverse. Alright, dog. I've tapped all of my thoughts on Loki.
So, what do you rate Loki?
Alright, ratings. I'm going to give it... Where do we go? We go 5. Dumpster juice.
We got Fuego.
We got Fuego.
Dumpster juice and mediocre.
Alright, I give it a Fuego. I give it a Fuego. It's above mediocre. 5. What about you? What you rate it?
Mediocre.
I
I can't. It didn't have enough. I liked 3, 5, and 6, but there wasn't enough in the show to me.
Half.
Yeah, but Fuego was Falcon and Winter Soldier, and he ain't competing with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, Loki was enjoyable, entertainable. I'd probably say from episode 1 and 4 probably were the most unintriguing. I really don't even really, besides, you know, him, the TVA, him catching him and learning about the TVA and whatnot in the first episode, but
yeah, the first episode was
a little
underwhelming.
Yeah, he ain't really start off with a great bang.
Yeah, the second one wasn't very memorable either, but I feel like it was different than what I thought. I thought it was definitely going to be more like, we got to stop this villain, and it's going to be a evil Tom Hiddleston. And then I thought it was going to be, well, this Lady Loki's going to replace Tom Hiddleston. It kept twisting on me, so I never really could fully lock down where they were going. I knew Kang was going to get introduced, but I didn't expect him to have an entire episode.
That one episode where Mobius sent him to some type of purgatory or some sort, and he just had to keep replaying this one scenario over and over again. And Sif was basically slapping the shit out of his ass and
right in the balls.
kneeing him in the balls.
It
Every time.
Man, that's it's like a man's worst nightmare, getting kicked in the balls by a bad bitch on repeat. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this hoe up, dog. So, I'm M.
I'm T.
And we
regret nothing.
Go ahead, like this video, subscribe, share, tell your friends, your mom and them, put it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
All the socials.
All the socials.